playing for that $1 million prize pot for the World Championships.
Not a bad amount of money, you could say.
But it's across both game modes, right? I think that's why we see a lot of these top players that are putting loads of attention in both duel and sacrifice, because these game modes are both part of the World Championship. Now we're going to look at the team composition. We're going to go on Lockbox first, obviously, as that is the predetermined map for this entire round. Now 2GD, Galena as well. Galena seems particularly useful, I think, in sacrifice.
I think it's quite map dependent as well, but I agree. She's the kind of
Lockbox as well, really good.
She's the kind of champion that her usefulness kind of it changes somewhat, you know, from what she normally does in duel. She's very much an area denial, kind of bursty, zony type character, very tactical as to where you can put, you know, totems down to really hurt people and stop them from going certain, you know, routes or using certain things like teleporters and jump pads and stuff like that. But in sacrifice, the heal, the fact that if your teammates stand in your totem radius, it will heal them a flat 50, including you, means that she is all of a sudden very much a team player, and you still deal damage. So you can still try and zone off with the totems if you want to, but throwing those totems around your obelisk when you decide to get there or get near enough, you can sort of top up your team constantly almost and have them always healed and just help defending in a game mode where having set defenders is so important.
Now, at the end of the day, let's cut to the chase. Sacrifice is fast and it's mental. Like, it is a manic game mode. You know, you've got to really be able to keep up with the pace that Sacrifice demands as a Quake player. If you're playing at this pace and there is so much stuff going on and you know, there's explosions and rockets and rails and you've got to look at all these different targets, you're probably not going to be looking at the floor so much. And Galena in particular, those totems doing 75 damage on hit, you're unlikely to be ready for every single totem that you see on the floor.
Round one. Fight.
That nice little scream we heard as well right before the match starts. I love that. Now, here we go. Currently spectating Cypher, who's gone in for Sorlag. Already trying to sort of deny that heavy armor. However, they both go down early.
Kilson on the Nyx, definitely one of his comfortable picks. Mastermind goes down to Cypher Acid. And there we go. Oh, times that Ghost Walk perfectly, but they are ready and waiting. But Krisa is able to take it for Defendants.
Now, Defendants have control of Obelisk A. This is definitely the higher, I guess the more comfortable Obelisk a lot of teams like to prefer. Phoenix trying to get rid of the Soul, dropping it off, gets picked up, but dropped off almost immediately. Mastermind with the last two frags, trying to go back with this Anarchy and deliver to Obelisk B.
So an Anarchy on both sides, this isn't too surprising. Such a valuable champion. Because of his speed and his utility to just get that soul run from one point to another, and especially being able to chase down other people that might be taking the soul away from you. The totem coming through, and there we go. Cursed gets that totem kill. Too good.
That is exactly why the totem is so dangerous. He was doing so much damage to Phoenix already. He put it behind the totem, so very, very little people can actually see that the totem is there to begin with. And that was just free damage. And it gave him a free frag. Krisa dropping that off again. Not a lot of people sitting here to defend just yet.
They're relatively unchallenged here at the moment, actually. Looking quite good.
Yeah, I think they're just going to have to really stall some time while the rest of the team follow up and try and take it. Kilson manages to take a rocket. Avec as well. As you can see right here, Cypher. The Acid Breath is so useful on this game mode, especially around the Obelisk location. Cypher, a couple of good rails. Again, controlling this upper ground, this high ground. However, they are going to put all of their focus on the power-up now. We've seen many, many times that this power-up is just, it's too useful to ignore. You have to put all of your resources into taking it, especially early on.
Looks like Avengers are going to be able to take this one unless they all get fragged here. Yeah, Phoenix is able to take it. It's protection. But it's Scalebearer that's holding onto it right now.
He's got 34 health, make that 8. He really hasn't got a lot of health to take this. If he gets fragged and the protection goes in the favor of someone else, especially if it goes to Defendants, that's going to be great for them to take it back. It's looking likely he's going to get fragged. Mastermind with the soul running straight into 2GD's totem. And he manages to take the soul back. Galena, I mean, she is very useful in this game mode.
Student Cypher able to take this for the last little time.
Big damage, catches a couple of rails. Lightning gun to finish. Abzo gets taken out. He was so stacked as well before that. Kilson trying to take it. Does manage to drop the soul off, but he gets fragged as well. I'm wondering if they're just going to take the soul and just sort of drop it back off. Mastermind making an attempt to go back. No, he tried to drop it down, but unfortunately was surrounded.
Avengers positioning themselves really well here to stop him easily going back. All four of them here just holding on to that A obelisk, trying to stop them from capturing it in. That was when they pick it up. Phoenix goes down. Kilson has it, tries to throw it away, probably going to drop 2. Ghostwalk keeps him alive though.
Gonna sort of sit around, unfortunately being completely zoned out, forced to get rid of the totem. It took a little bit too much time. Mastermind trying to make the run back, but completely headed off by Cypher, who manages to take him out. And now we're sort of back to that middle of the screen, trying to really control the Soul. 2GD with the 2-man defense. Avek managing to get a frag as well. Now they have
this armor though. Yep. Kreese gets given it, so he's going to be able to run this back as fast as he can. One person currently in the way. If he can get there quickly, I don't think Avengers will have time to defend as much as we saw them before. One of them here already though. Mastermind here defending by himself, commits suicide with the Tri-Bolt. That is unfortunate. They're going to take the Soul away most likely, unless they're getting contested right now. 2GG on the defense, gets 2 frags, manages to get Kilson as well. The power-up's going to spawn any minute, which means that this could totally change. Oh, Cypher takes him down too. The defense is on point. Cypher goes down, but Kreese with that rocket kill. Power-up is up any second now.
All right, it's going to be Kilson. Kilson has protection. He's got lots of armor. He's got lots of health. He's getting heavily focused, but at the same time, he's in a great situation to almost run back and try and defend his Soul. Mastermind with the delivery.
Now this is great. This is a wonderful turnaround for Avengers. They're holding on to B now, and they have access to protection. Kilson there, plenty of health, plenty of armor. Not going to die very quickly whatsoever, and it isn't going to affect his damage output in the slightest.
He's got a nice chunk of protection left, to be honest. I mean, like, it sounds like it's running out, but that's a fair few seconds, especially if someone runs in. And Avengers now,
which they didn't actually. They are all here together trying to defend. 2GD takes that kill on Kilson.
Now we'll see what comes next.
Oh, look at that kill feed. That's all blue on red. This could be almost a guaranteed Soul reclaiming for Defendants. Now they need to safely get this back to their own.
Trying to get the Soul, unfortunately, chucked it into a wall rather than through the wall, so it's going to delay a little bit of that time. Stuck on the jump pad, so Cypher's going to be at risk while taking it, but he's got a lot of health. Passes it over to 2GD. They're going to try and stall as much as possible while Krista makes the delivery back to the Obelisk A. Can he survive long enough? No! Mastermind cleans up with heavy machine gun, tries to take it back. There's another fight going on, but Avengers coming off much better in that one. Dropping off once again. Even though the defense have 70%, Avengers, if they can keep this together.
Oh, almost hits that mid-air, but not quite connecting. Avengers doing a good job of defending though, but Cypher's able to throw the Soul away. 2GD takes hold of it, Mastermind goes down. That's the Anarchy on their team, so that's their sort of chase down potential gone completely. We can see Avengers aren't quite there enough to stop them from taking this A point back.
He's getting headed off quite heavily by the rest of the team though. Mastermind really looking to head him off. There's an invisible Kilson who gets scouted out, and the injection gets popped. Kilson, man, he really tried to go in for that sneak attack, but didn't quite work out. Now the power-up's going to spawn. Exactly 10 seconds. We're going to see whoever picks this one up.
This is really good for Defendants though, 85% and climbing. The power-up is up here, but every second they waste here trying to get the power-up. That percentage is going up, and unfortunately Defendants are able to get it too. The protection now goes to Kreese.
Now, the thing about Kreese, now he's got access to that protection.
Oh, too good. Gets that super shotgun kill on Mastermind. I don't know if Avengers have enough to stop this at the moment. 1% left to go. I don't think they have the numbers. Without contesting, but I just don't think it's enough. There's too many people of Defendants here. Yeah, that's probably it.
That's going to be game over. Sitting there with protection. All he needed was to sit there long enough for it to go down, and they did do that. I mean, just really, really nice teamwork. But I honestly think that the Galena totems make a huge difference to healing. Just keeping the team topped up every time they need.
Of course, if you're just throwing them out in between these fights, you see quite a lot of damage add up quite quickly by itself, just straight away. I mean, Galena, one of those utility-based champions, and putting in a lot of work, at least in that round by itself, but one more round to go. This could be it for Defendants. They can get this round. That will be a map in their favor. Oh, but eating a lot of damage to the acid, unfortunately. Goes for the injection, though, keeps himself up. Soul going to be spawning in about 5 seconds.
Going in for the ball rush again. There's a big fight in the middle right here.
Oh dear. Yeah, that's crazy. Defendants quite simply able to get it past. And they do. They activate Obelisk A. They get the one they want. Well, even if they don't hold it for very long, the important thing is now they have their comfortable Obelisk.
Looking to repeat history, I think. Couple of frags again. Going in for that. Here we go again. Already at 10%. Defendants looking really dominant on this map, I have to say.
I mean, already 15% and climbing. This is insane. Cypher goes down, but not too important just yet. Mastermind gets that kill on Kreese, though.
Now they've managed to pass it back, but there are so many members of Defendants
on it. Oh, too good with the double kill with the machine gun. Oh, but he goes down.
Avek wasn't quite able to take that one. Mastermind trying to bring it back. Manages to get a frag. Nice amount of people actually there with him to try and see him towards the base. All 4 members of Avengers looking to defend, or actually to attack the base, I should say.
Oh, Too Good is severely outnumbered, throws the soul away, just trying to get some distance covered for his team.
Oh, yeah, he was not surviving that. He was on 20 HP off that giant shot, and like guaranteed rocket. That one hurt big time. Creaser dropping it off. 25%.
25-0, I think that's the most important thing here. Trying to contest it.
Yeah,
he's in the way. Oh, they have the soul. Kilson was able to take it, tried to throw it, but wasn't quite able to.
He's got, actually, the soul is in a rather inconvenient place. Someone has to try and pick that one up. There we go,
Oh,
Mastermind gets
manages it.
Yeah, manages to drop down, collect it from the top.
Power up spawned. Your team has
Yeah, I can't imagine he'll be stopped unless he gets hit here. Too Good. Oh, he puts the totem down. Tries to get over, but Chrissa from below is able to get him.
But you just saw the fact that Anarchy basically had to stop dead in his tracks because Too Good put that totem right in front of him. It just gives him that precious time to stop. Abso sitting on that quad damage. Now they've safely delivered the soul. He's going to be able to fend for a really nice amount of time.
Quad damage wearing off, but they can make this lead nowhere near as bad.
Really solid defense now. Bear in mind, now the quad damage is done. It's going to be down for quite a while, but all of the defendants looking to come in and take some frags. Avec manages to clean up Abso, but as always, the acid from Sorlag is going to see to that.
Oh, Phoenix goes down. Cypher trying to take the soul back off the point. Gets a frag on Kilson.
Here we go, Cypher looking to really sort of take this out of the base single-handedly. Can he get a frag, or is he going to get taken out trying to escape? Probably not. Passing it on, making it... Yeah, Too Good with the pass. Consistently, these guys passing it back to each other. Creaser, unfortunately, does quite miss the soul. Wastes a little bit of time there.
Oh, there go. Too Good falls down. Phoenix gets another frag with the ball rush. Yeah, look, that was a really good defense from Avengers, managing to keep it in their side.
Creaser again. It's taken out. I mean, a much better defense this time round from Avengers, 100%. Mastermind running around the back. Bear in mind, this entire time when the engage is happening, that the soul isn't in the obelisk. Oh! Yeah, Crease is going to get hurt big time by that one. Has to sight back up before he goes to the base, otherwise he's going to be a free kill. I think it's likely we're going to see Defendants really trying to secure this power-up, and they're probably going to go in as a 4-man group. Oh, wow! That Abso going in straight in with that rocket jump. Be careful, Cypher. The quad damage is ready to take, but out in the open like that, it's so risky.
Indeed, but right now Avengers managing to steal this lead away, but Too Good able to get this quad damage. And quad damage Galena, that means quad damage totems if he can get one of them.
Yep, quad damage totems on top of the fact that Galena is going to have the option to heal herself if she gets put in a bad situation. That quad damage, heavy machine gun. The second he gets almost weak, he's going to put that totem on the floor and try and heal up, I think. There we go, that quad totem right in the entryway. Too Good continuing the quad rampage, getting frag after frag, does get taken out by the super nail gun though, big damage. Now Creaser trying to run it back.
Oh, look at that speed, that's Anarchy, that is why you pick Anarchy in this game mode. Always missing all these nails though. Oh, punch from connecting is Anarchy. It's gonna need much more to kill him.
Yeah, they've taken the soul back really quickly. Oh wow, misses so many of the nails, that's very unfortunate.
Oh, Gasson was going to do that regardless.
Wow, Cypher and Too Good together with that area denial of the acid and the totems. Wow, Creaser with the speed, very fast delivery. Wow, Abso trying to grind him up with the gauntlet. Doesn't quite get it. Gets
Oh,
nice
he
amount of
dies
damage.
too. This could be good for Defendants. They can hold this off. Power-up's not up for another 40 or so seconds, so this is just good old-fashioned defending.
Yeah, Phoenix has to retreat there. Definitely can't take it at all. He's got the soul.
Oh, a Cypher. Area denial acid does a good job of defending it.
Mastermind's going to take a lot of damage trying to do that. He's forced to use the injection, but even then he's only on 25 HP. All they have to do is breathe on this guy and he'll go down. Oh, he survived with 1 HP!
Oh, the suicide!
Phoenix manages to get that frag. That was a close one. Really close. Too Good with the pass. Really trying to sort of wait for the rest of his team to clean up, of which Avec takes the soul. He's going to try and bring it back. We haven't really seen much of Avec from a spectator standpoint. Really been sitting on the sidelines, just dishing out damage consistently.
Indeed, gets that wall climb up. Soul goes away. It's actually the Soul's been in transit for so long. Defendants able to climb a little bit up, but Kilson here trying to stop them. Gets that rocket jump up just to get away.
Here comes Kilson once again. He's got access to protection, so it's unlikely he's going to get fragged. So it's going to be very hard for them to actually stop him from delivering the Soul back. And bear in mind, even though it's 49%, Avengers still are in the percentage lead here. Here comes a big push.
Yeah, wow, Defendants are here in force,
yeah.
trying to get it back, all 4 of them down, but 2 of them dead already. 2 good increases down, but Avec gets a kill, Cypher drops 2. There's probably going to be a comfortable defense for the Avengers for a little while.
Yeah, they don't, not only they have to wait for the respawns, but all these members of Defendants are going to have to pick up some weapons that they need to push with. You can't go in with default weapons, that will all waste time. However, Cypher gets past the Soul, and now he's making the run back. Surrounded by teammates, but can he deliver it? He is chunky, he is playing a Sorlag, lots of health on deck.
Yeah, he is maxed out. They're trying to chase him, but I don't know if they have the speed. He drops it off, that's good for him, but where's his team?
Looks like they're really keeping the rest of Avengers at bay, to be honest.
Oh, but 2 of them have dropped down.
He's going to have to go down. No doubt he's going to cause the acid. Oh, can't get the Soul back. Mastermind running straight through, zipping in, stealing the Soul.
Oh, but he goes down. Creaser steals it away from him. Drops on the floor. It is Anarchy.
There's that
that should be a guaranteed stop.
Ooh.
Yeah, Phoenix goes down.
Yeah, he was definitely too weak to survive that one.
This could be a bit unpredictable, though. The power-up is up in 15 seconds. Do they start going towards the power-up, or do they try and get the Soul back? Yes, they are looking at the Soul. Mastermind's getting it, I believe. Or at least he's attempting to.
Avec manages to clean up again. 68% versus
here.
82.
So who's going to get the power-up?
Oh, Creaser
Defendants have it.
And then he pops the injection to bring himself back up to nice and healthy, even though he's only got 45 HP. He can survive so much more until he goes down, but then again, he's getting focused big time. He has to try and get away. Goes in for the health, 50 health. He can go back and fight again.
Kilson getting greedy, trying to chase the kill. I think he clearly just wanted to get protection off him, and Mastermind falls down. This could be a massive turnaround for Defendants, having access to the power-up as well as the Soul currently ticking away.
Yeah, I think the fact that
Kilson dies again.
The fact that Creaser got that protection, that was such a game changer because it's given them such a huge amount of defense. It's all been free percentage, and even though Avengers did such a good job of holding off the obelisk, look at the fact that it's now 3% left. At this stage, it's going to be GG.
They try and get on it, though. They're getting knocked off. Kilson dies a 3rd time. Kilson just throwing everything he has at this attack. Phoenix gets a kill, tries to scale barrier to get away, but no, he gets intercepted. Defendants have access over the Soul again, but the acid doing a lot of damage itself.
Cypher with the Soul. Cypher with the Soul in hand, looking to
one more
deliver
percentage.
I think that might be it. All 3 of them running, though. The Gauntlet kill comes out. That might be enough. Loads of frags training, but 2 goods totem again, putting in the work.
Oh, it's contested. They're just standing on enough. That's what they're doing. There's another contest. And again, Scale Bearer's here trying to stop. Defendants only has 40 HP left. He's got the Soul away. Phoenix could be saving his team from the game.
Trying to go through, that's going to drop it off.
I don't know, there's no one here in time. That's going to be it. That is that for the first map. Wow, just... Yeah, it's finished. Yes, it has. Sorry, I was like, the music was continuing. I thought it was going to be finished.
We've made that mistake before. We've almost counted it out too early, but that was a really, really good performance from Defendants. I honestly think that 2 goods totems have just been...
I actually think Galena was the unsung hero of that entire game, was just making such a difference, right? You know, damage for the totems itself, the heals, like, and just by how much clutch defenses Defendants were having to make at the end there, all made more possible because there is just these regenerating health packs effectively just sitting around the obelisk
I think
by itself.
It just does a good job of showing that champions are useful across multiple game modes for different reasons, and Galena is like pretty much like one of the biggest examples for that. But Defendants now up 1 map, Avengers are now 1 map down, which means they're going to get the option to choose
that felt like a very long map together.
It went on for quite a while. I mean, especially that 2nd round, of which the Avengers had it defended for so long. You know, they were holding out really well. Unfortunately, though, Defendants just got that final moment. And it was when the final moment when they got protection.
Yeah.
I think if If
And the
Avengers
fact that
got
it went on
protection,
Anarchy as well, and
Exactly.
Kilson knew how significant that was going to be, because Kilson chased him through thick and thin and just desperately tried to finish him off. And if he was able to get that kill and take protection for himself, who knows, maybe they would have been able to siege the Soul back off, but unfortunately it wasn't to be, and he was able to defend himself, and there we go. Defendants now find themselves one map up. It seems like a bit of a grind trying to get through these sacrifice maps, and imagine playing through a map like that lasted that long, and then ending up losing it despite how close it was. Now you've got to go straight into a second map, but at least you get to choose what map it is.
Yeah, I mean, like, so when you lose, you generally get put in a situation where you can sort of give yourself what you deem an advantage, which means you and your team can choose the map that you want to play.
And this lockbox was that map.
Presumably, teams will have maps that they really like. I think it's, in some ways, I think it might be unlikely that Lockbox is the map purely because it's so new compared to how much the team's been playing the other maps. However, I mean, there's still 3 maps to choose from, so we'll see what one they go with. It could be a matter of different map and different team composition, or same team composition in a different map. It really depends. When the match starts, you can really start trying to piece
I wonder
together
if
how you think the
Defendants are going to run
strategies will go.
Galena again, or if that was like a lockbox special.
I reckon we'll see Galena again.
I kind of hope we do.
I think we
She's
will.
really interesting just because of the kind of the diversity she adds to the team. Like, you can clearly see the advantage she is giving her team at the time. And at the same time, you know, Avengers were running their Nyx, Scalebearer, Anarchy, and Sorlag. So you have that sort of decisive 2 big bodies, 2 speedy ones. But at the same time, you're just like, whereas Defendants didn't quite have, you know what, I'd say, the standard team composition, they definitely had an effective one, which is ultimately what matters, you know. Even though there might be considered, you know, a meta shaping out, you could say, that doesn't mean you can't just do what you know works for your team.
Well, it's still early days, right? I mean, the fact of the matter is that Quake Champions is not an old game. It's pretty much a brand new game, especially when it comes to a competitive sense. And when Sacrifice adds so much potential for flair for you and a team, you know, the team that you're playing with, there are lots of different elements to factor in. So if you find a system that works for you, which in this case clearly is just having 2 good on that Galena, of which I've seen him pick Galena before as well, means that it's just a recipe for success, at least as far as these guys are concerned. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it again.
So we'll be finding out what the second map will be very soon. I assume we're getting quite close to match time. But once again, Defendants find themselves 1 map away from qualifying for regionals, and Cypher might be at regionals for both Sacrifice and Duel,
where he will be joining, you know, Ron and Claws as well, who have also made it. And it's quite a nice little success story for some of these players that have managed to qualify for the regionals for both game modes in week number 1. I think it's a real testament that these guys are doing something right, and they should keep doing what they're doing, because it's clearly working out in a competitive sense, especially when there's so much money to play for.
So map-wise, what do you expect we'll be seeing?
Honestly, when it comes to Sacrifice, it's just harder to tell. We have seen a change to Burial Chamber. We saw a change to Ruins of Sarnath. Just comes down to what teams prefer, I think. Also combined with the team composition that they have. On one hand, also, Avengers may have looked at the composition that Defendants ran and went, right, how can we look at their champions and make a map harder for them to do what they want to do? They may very well just pick a big out in the open map, of which Galena may not be as effective, or Sorlag may not be as effective, because it's just the ability to just deny control and just establish big areas of the map where it's risky to tread, because you've got the totems, you've got the acid spit, especially on the obelisk. If they can take maps of which it's easier to get around that, we might see that instead. But Burial
Chamber looks like it's going to be,
as we can see here.
So 2 good ops to go for the Nyx this time, as opposed to the Galena.
Well, it's like you said, right? Maybe it's map specific. However,
Maybe.
We did just see a Visor. Now, Visor again, we've seen Visor work really well on Burial Chamber. I think it's just because the map is so big, and we have seen moments of which entire teams have turned around at the same time on the Soul Carrier, because clearly the Visor went, guys, he's over there. Everyone just bangs into that one location, and that guy gets, you know, completely wrecked, and they take the Soul back.
Well, I mean, I love Anarchy on Burial Chamber particularly, though. I think this is a really strong map for him overall, just because of the sheer amount of space he's got and how important it is that he gets from point A to point B so fast. And I think he particularly does that well on this map overall. But like you said, Visor on Burial Chamber, how many times have we seen them sort of just pop that? I mean, yesterday, I can't remember who it was playing, but there was that decisive moment where he just popped the piercing sight, and then as soon as you heard him say whatever it is he says in the background,
that was the moment I was referring to earlier.
Yeah, all 4 of them just zoomed in on the Soul Carrier, and he just died immediately, because you know they were just told, oh, he's over there, and they all just turned around.
Well, we were talking about champions, of which their utility becomes a lot more variable when you go into Sacrifice, and Visor one of them. You know, now it's no longer that just Visor can see everyone on the map. All of your team can too, because you will be communicating that. You will be saying, guys, they're in this entrance or that exit, and all 4 of your teammates get eyes everywhere, not just yourself. But
Absolutely.
either way, There's a lot more, I guess, traditional picks there too. So Sorlag, we see again. We see Sorlag in almost every game on Sacrifice. I really think when it comes to the tanky champions, she really is, in some cases, almost like a must, because the amount of damage she can output while taking damage, at the same time, she's nice and mobile because she's got that bunny hop passive, and at the same time, the acid just creates so much space that enemies cannot tread, and seeing as objective capture for obelisks is so important. I think the acid does an amazing job of denying that for people. But at the same time, you know, we have a lot more traditional picks, so like obviously the Nyx. Too Good going for Nyx is quite interesting because he's going to play much more of, I guess, a traditional Quake match now without those Galena totems. It's going to be much more, I guess, traditional Nyx as well.
I think so. I mean, I hope it works out. I mean, Galeno and Burial Chamber, I definitely can't see it being anywhere near as useful just because the sheer amount of space you have on this map. Like, there's just so much less ways to cut people off, right? It's harder to get people to walk into them. So I understand the change to Nyx, especially when you know people are going to be trying to focus down that Anarchy. Nyx can also cover the map very fast when she's trying to run that soul around. And obviously just, you know, damage. One thing that Too Good was putting out consistently in that game was just frags, like constant kills. And someone like Nyx that, you know, has that Ghost Walk to use aggressively, can just get around that survivability. You put someone who's good at getting frags on Nyx, and you're going to have a much better time. I'm looking forward to when the map loads in. We just had to do a quick server restart, so it shouldn't be too long. I'm looking forward to when we load in and getting a closer look to seeing exactly who they've picked. So I want to see what the changes are, because I've already not quite sure who swapped to who on Defendants. I know we've obviously just seen Too Good go to Nyx, but I'm trying to remember who else has swapped around, because I'm pretty sure Avengers have made some changes too.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the immediate change with the Avengers having a Visor on the team, which
I'm just trying to remember who it was that was actually swapped to that.
But while we get this match underway, guys, we're going to be moments away from joining what could be the final map between Defendants and Avengers, because bear in mind, the Defendants did just take Lockbox. They are one map up, and if they win this map, they will be moving on to the EU Regionals to be one step closer towards the Quake World Championship Finals if they do well at the Regionals, which they are moments away from qualifying for.
The question of the day always is, what obelisk do they prefer? Like, which one are they going to optionally go to?
We see a lot of A, don't we? We see a lot of A. Will they continue the theme?
We also already saw earlier on, we saw Aces purposefully go for B, and it worked out for them well.
Right, Mastermind has it.
Yeah, he's actually going for B. Looks like Avengers would rather go out to B, but Cypher stops him. Cypher is one that's actually swapped to this Visor pick.
Which is Phoenix currently on Visor right now. Avec manages to take down Kilson and Phoenix respectively. Krista, though, taking it back. Now trying to make a safe route, but there are so many ways around. I believe that may actually be Cypher on the Blaskovich pick. Too Good getting Phoenix as well. A lot of frags going out, sort of really clearly opening the way. They're trying to head off Kreisa, who does drop it off in time. They were a bit too late, and the fight does commence on Obelisk A. Kreisa popping the injector to be nice and healthy. Cypher, though, getting taken down. But at the end of the day, not going to end the world right now.
A lot of frags coming out already, though. Defendants putting out with a nice little lead. Already seen how much that can sort of swap through.
Once again, Mastermind taken down. This is early game. Anarchy is not going to have the health required to tank 2 rails just yet. Normally around the 5-minute mark.
Oh, gets hit by a rail. 4 life left. Oh, but he's taking all the frags down. He's doing damage before he ultimately falls.
And now Kilson going invisible, tries to assassinate, but Too Good is just that for Kilson. Trying to go round, misses the rail. However, they have managed to take it.
Oh no, I don't know if Avec realized he had the soul thrown to him. Wastes a few seconds.
Defendants, though.
Now here's important, the power-up is up very, very soon. Now we have to fight. Do they go for the power-up, or do they just hold on to this obelisk?
Well, either way, 5 seconds away is when it will respawn. This is actually a bad time for some of these frags to go. They will not be there to fight for the power-up, of which Avec manages to get protection. That's going to be super dangerous, especially with that super shotgun on deck, point blank, of which he is now totally safe to be at that range. Back up to 100 health. He's got protection. It's going to be very easy for him to run in there and prevent that soul from being taken. Passing it on to Avec, who is now going to be unbelievably hard to take down.
Oh, that gauntlet is tickling when he's got protection.
Going in face first, trying to be as close as possible, really maximizing the amount of damage that the super shotgun does. Phoenix gets taken out right as he steals the soul. So the delivery goes back down. Defendants moments away from 50%, but I did just see a Nyx go straight through with the ghost mode. However, I don't think Kilson lasted. No, it didn't last very long at all. Too Good took him out. 50% already. This round is halfway done on the side of Defendants in 2 minutes. Not a long turnaround at all, to be honest.
It's looking good for them. I should say at least. We've got Anarchy, I think that's Mastermind sort of zipping around the point. Let's get a frag out and Kilson. There we go, probably able to take the soul out. Now, can they safely get it back to their point?
Oh, Cypher just deleted. Mastermind getting chased down heavily. Yeah, and he's not quite at 81 HP, so we can't take those rails. Big fight.
The frag, but again, they're so close to B. Phoenix able to drop it off safely, but 3 members of Defendants, did they even get it down in time?
I don't even think they did.
He has the soul.
I think he did ever so slightly.
Chrissa trying to go back, but he is going face first into so many enemies. He has to try and find a safe route. I think he's found actually the far left. He's going to safely navigate, but look how many members of Avengers trying to head him off. Actually, I believe right now it's just one. However, they are moving
They're
towards
starting
rail.
to trickle in, yeah, but his team is nowhere to be seen yet. Oh, he eats a full rail, but Phoenix goes down. Oh, pops the injection. That's going to keep him up here. Oh, direct rocket on Mastermind. He did not see that coming.
Definitely not. Again, 65%. It's going really well for Defendants at the moment. They keep this going. As you can see, they're really piling in towards that power-up. They need this power-up to make a difference.
Enemy has the quad.
It's going to be quad damage. Looks like Avengers have it. Phoenix going to go mental with that heavy machine gun. He's going to do so much damage. Tags Chrissa, who was almost dead anyway, finishing the job. Mastermind has access to the soul. He's going to be escorted now by the rest of his team, who do have quad damage in hand. Head him off, actually bumps into the wall. Oh, fumbles his rocket jump and gets caught for his trouble. Too good. Manages to sneak that
Too
one.
good, stole the quad and the soul.
Now Chrissa has access to it, obviously the pass, passing it over to Anarchy so he can get around much quicker. They do manage to head him off though, tries to zip past, doesn't work out. Cypher trying to output some damage, but surrounded by enemies.
Sorry for everybody to trade the kill out there, Abso. Doing a good job of getting the soul nearby, but he dies too. Too good. Once again, has access to the soul, but low health, almost no armor. Looks like Avengers are restarting to go towards the sort of outside area to just stop them from capturing the soul back again. But look at the difference. Defendants on 76% and Avengers on 9. They desperately need to get this off. A wonderful throw gets it straight into the room where Cypher is waiting to capture it.
You can really appreciate the good coordination between these guys, how they're really able to sort of communicate who's going to throw the soul to who, ready to catch it, ready to run with it as fast as possible. Mastermind isn't going to make it very far, trying to body block as much as possible, does get Cypher. However, Phoenix on the run. No doubt they're going to try and catch him with the rail, but he's going to use that piercing sight, navigate the safest possible route, gets tagged by a rocket though, as well as a rail missing, throwing it back. This soul is just going back and forth. Now Mastermind once again with it in hand, 30 health though. He is now going to be just moments away from getting fragged, but just like that, makes a really good sequence all the way towards Obelisk B, and now the defense has to begin right now, otherwise that's it, the round's over. Can't take all that damage. Cypher with just, I mean, he is a surgeon with that lightning gun. We've seen it in duels and we're seeing it in Sacrifice once again. Power up though, 10 seconds away from spawning. Too good, gets tagged by a trail. Yeah, can't survive all that LG unfortunately.
Oh, and Cypher takes him down quite simply.
Oh my days, Cypher with protection and 2 rockets. Chrissa trying to deliver. However, Cypher going for the defense. Everyone's focusing on him. I think they realize they need the protection, but they just can't kill him. He is too chunky.
Oh, nice. Again, trying to stop him with that rail connects. Mastermind frags him down. Soul's starting to go through, getting some good distance here. That was almost like a really good situation for Defendants, but Mastermind was there just ready to intercept.
He is happily going to take that damage, I think, just to make sure he can deliver it. Unfortunately, though, gets intercepted. The soul in the process going back. Kilson's going to have to try and defend. Has got protection, but at the last minute was not able to do much with it. Chrissa with that tried and tested route back into the obelisk. And now Mastermind, I mean, it's going back and forth, right? As soon as they deliver the obelisk, someone else will just steal it away. 29% versus 82%, though, still heavily in favor of Defendants at this moment.
Oh, missed the rail. That could be disastrous. Forced to inject, wins the fight. It's not so bad. He's got teammates up here. All Too Good has the soul. Just mean the soul is just permanently in transit.
Yeah, it's rarely been sort of solidly sat there building the percentage for quite a while. This 7 minute, wow, Too Good with the double rocket. It's a great start for taking it back. Just unfortunately misses the rail on Phoenix, but it goes down anyway. Doesn't matter. These guys are going to do everything they can to take this. Mastermind gets tagged. Another rail to go through. It's going to be so much harder for these guys to seize with the little HP they have, but Abso does manage to get the rail on Too Good.
So goes Avengers slowly but surely managing to creep their way back into this round after being so massively down the whole time. Cypher does get taken out.
These rails
are some really good rail shots right now. Another one
Yeah, these rails have been absolutely on point. As you can see, doing a fantastic job of bringing it back. The power-up spawns in 15 seconds. Bear in mind, at this stage, it's likely we're going to see Defendants all pile in to take the power-up. Looks like they're doing just that. And we'll see if they can get it.
He's defending quite far out here. There's that area denial with the acid.
Kilson has access to protection. Everyone's going to pile in and try and frag him, but to be honest, with 64 HP and 33 armor, that is more than enough to go through and defend. And the fact they took protection means they are absolutely going to tie up this lead.
They also have it for quite a while left as well. Kilson, his control over these pickups have been amazing, especially the power-up itself.
But if the power-up turns out to be protection, then Nyx can definitely afford to use her Ghost Walk to go in and take it among everyone else. Look at how many frags they're seizing, though. The push is beginning.
Too good goes down. Avengers, 10% left to go. Protection ran out. They got the soul, though.
And the second they made that lead, Krissa trying to go through, unfortunately. Mastermind, though, has been able to salvage this, gets the soul back.
8% left to go. This could be tough for Defendants. What a comeback potential by Avengers here. They're actually going to make this work.
Hang on a minute, here comes Too Good using the Ghost Walk. He's going to be heavily outnumbered, 99%, but at the last minute they've taken the soul back. Are they going to bring it back and deny this last minute comeback from Avengers?
I don't know, but Avengers have had to work so hard. Chris is trying to navigate this minefield of rockets and rails. He manages to sneak through. Can they hold on to this, though?
I don't know.
I mean, 15%, that's like 30 seconds. They don't really have long left to go, if you think about it. But Avengers are here in force. They're going in all the exits. Mastermind is taken down. They're desperately trying to get hold of it, but they're defending on the point. It's getting so much harder for them. The obelisk is just standing up true.
As you can see, the percentage is building up now, 5%, although it was 9999. Kilson does manage to sneak away with the soul. Can he do it? Passes it onto Mastermind. They now have to make the escape, otherwise they're not going to get this comeback.
Oh, Cypher with the super shotgun says absolutely not. Get out of my face. This is my soul.
The gatekeeper just keeping them away. Krista with the delivery. Now, I mean, they're so far away. Can they even get close enough for the final percentage? 99%. Can they prevent it?
There's 3 of them. They're trying. He pops the injection. They're going for as much health as they can muster. Mastermind here with the soul once again, trying to sneak through. The shotgun doing so much damage. He gets Avec. He gets protected. Oh, Cypher has the quad damage.
Cypher with the quad. It's going to be so hard for them to pull it back. Cypher with that quad in hand. Too good with the delivery. And to be honest, I feel like that quad damage was all she wrote.
Lord. BJ Blazkowicz, the one-man army of Wolfenstein, is here by himself, but they're still trying to go for it.
Kilson running in. That was all they needed, but Cypher still had the quad damage, and they just couldn't get there in time at the last possible minute. The comeback was denied by Defendants.
Wow, I mean, back and forth is something we've been saying for a lot of today and a lot of yesterday, but I'm gonna say it again. That was back and forth that round, down to the bitter end, 99% both sides. Avengers were in the process of making such an impressive comeback, but the Defendants just came through that one step stronger.
The second Cypher got his hands on that quad damage, that was all they needed. He had access to a heavy machine gun, which is already going to do massive damage to begin with. You've got Cypher behind the wheel, who is not going to miss those clutch shots, and he just got all the frags he needed to keep Avengers as far away as possible. Now, Avengers, though, they did get the soul first. However, Cypher and co have done a great job of actually getting the soul back. Now, Avec looking to deliver this one. Actually, no, they made a last-minute decision, actually. They must have communicated with each other. No, turn round, go towards Obelisk B, and Avec with that last-minute decision change. That was actually a really good call. Avengers were convinced they were going to drop that off to Obelisk A, so every member of the team ran towards A, and they just doubled back. They've just got a bunch of free percentage now. 10%. What a start. Phoenix, though.
Avengers have hold of it now.
Yeah, he's trying to make a safe run, but he's really weak.
I mean, he is Visor. He's going to start moving faster and faster, but Defendants here trying to stop him. Only a tri-bolt as well. Oh, that's going to be enough. Too good. Swaps to the machine gun.
Krisa trying to re-deliver that soul back, just keep the guys behind. Mastermind would pass back. This is a really common theme. I mean, the rate at which these guys are passing the soul back and forth, each member is getting fragged, but the recovery is superb. Defendants trying to increase their 11% lead. If Krisa can just deliver this without that super shotgun blast finishing him off, which he does, that's at least going to be 1% delivered, but Mastermind looking to take it back. He's pretty weak, though. Very suspect to rails in this situation. Oh, that was just a crossfire of 2 rails at once.
It is indeed, and they've managed to get it back, I believe. And now we've got to defend again. This percentage is going to start creeping up. But Avengers are here. Quite a lot of them too. Mastermind just breezes through with the blade.
Power up once again. It's going to be spawning now. How many frags did Mastermind just get with the gauntlet? And now he's making the trial all the way back to Obelisk A, but with the power up spawn, Kilson having access to protection. That's actually going to be really useful. Oh, I did realize actually we did have a disconnect from Cypher, I think. He's just rejoined the match. That's going to be very unfortunate. He's going to rejoin into a match of which the Obelisk is already being controlled by the enemy team. Now we'll have to see how well these guys can recover now Cypher's rejoined the game. I hear a gauntlet. Here comes Kilson.
All at 10%. I mean, it really is crazy how little of a difference some of these percentages can make. Just because if you can really hold off, and I mean like really hold off, you can just make that difference out of nowhere.
Oh, Cypher with that double rail, getting all the frags he needs. Really looking to take this one back, I think. Now Cypher's back into the action. It's going to be a true 4 versus 4 once again. Unfortunate hiccup, I think. A little disconnects do tend to occur in the world of online gaming. Cypher recovering really well. He's got the soul on deck.
Oh, does go down though, unfortunately. Mastermind holding on to the soul, trying to get it back onto Obelisk A.
And again, the defense, Avengers have been able to take the lead. We did see in that last round, the defense, the comeback was snuffed. Can they actually take the round this time?
Not sure. Krisa has the soul, trying to get away, picked up some health.
Getting heavily chased by Phoenix, of which he doubles back and baits him into an advance with that rocket. It's going to work out for Krisa though. Look how many members of Avengers are there to hold him off. They are all over the joint. It's going to be so hard for him. However, he just needs to get away with it.
No, he gets
not quite.
anyway. A super shotgun from behind. Some buckshot to the back of the head is going to snuff that one out as Mastermind tries to find his way through. Eats a gauntlet in the back. Oh no, he actually doesn't go for the injection. He drops it. May have wasted precious seconds, but no, does get the delivery. Cypher with the dual wield. Misses the rail, so he's still going to be alive. Going up behind, Cypher really looking to get some frags. Does take out Kilson. Being zoned out by these rockets, but again, look, power up spawns in 3 seconds. Oh, and Cypher goes down. Protection goes to Kilson once again. Nyx with protection. So hard to defeat.
Kilson's timing on when to go into his ghost mode and snatch away the power up. It's always on deck. He just knows when to use it.
Immediately, though, it looks like Avengers are a lot more comfortable defending this Obelisk than B.
I think so. I think that decision to sort of double back and take B at the last minute worked out for the initial percentage, but once again, the teams just seem a lot more comfortable with this Obelisk. Cypher gets taken out as well, trying to go in for the sneak attack. However, Kilson really doing a good job just sitting up on this high ground and defending, but look at 3 members of Defendants looking to attack this base all at once.
Oh, but they do have a sword in between them who safely gets back into the room.
For how long, you wonder. Rails getting poked down bit by bit. They do add up. Five-minute mark already gone. Avengers with 83%. Mastermind. No, nice direct rocket actually from Krisa, but yeah, kept way too far away. You can just see the range of which they're just denying all of this space.
Oh wow, Phoenix ready with that rail. Looks like Defendants have 1 kill on the point. Cypher goes down, 2 good. Once again getting killed, but Mastermind shuts him down with a rocket.
This is going by super quick. Bear in mind, 3% left, and Avengers will be 1 round on the board. It's getting contested. Oh, too good. Trying to be a little bit cheeky, but walking right into a rail for his trouble. At this stage, I'm willing to call it. There we go. 1 round each.
Indeed, I think if anything, Defendants probably won't be letting that Obelisk go next time. I mean, they were looking good to be early on, but ultimately they just defended A so much better.
Yeah, I definitely agree. The adaptation will be if they manage to get it first, try and deliver it to a preferred Obelisk, I think. At the same time, a very unfortunate disconnect during that round with Cypher.
Indeed, you know, these things do happen sometimes, but the best thing we can do is just hope that they recover well enough. Nyx very low on health, too good, managing to get out alive, but quite low on health. Oh, Mastermind gets taken out.
He gets taken out at a really
crucial time too.
Too good getting the Railgun God medal. I think that's quite foreshadowing. Oh, misses the final rail. Every member here has it, but then again, they're all so weak. Are they going to be able to safely deliver it? It looks like they will, and once again, Avengers get Obelisk A.
Now, Defendants are all here. They're going to try and take this away. The acid goes down, but Avec takes him out.
Now they need to make sure they can get out alive. They are surrounded by Avengers, all looking to prevent them from doing just that. Here comes
Master straight into the rockets. He actually manages to get past.
Oh,
but
what a
somehow
sequence.
There's someone on Avengers. There's 2 people on Avengers already here.
They got there so quickly, Mastermind, but it's the speed of which Kilson and Mastermind together are always at Obelisk B, ready to deny the capture from Defendants. Bringing it back, Mastermind on 6 HP, but it doesn't matter as long as he gets that delivered, of which he does do, and the frags count all the way down. They've already got 15%, basically.
Oh, missing a rocket, though. Once again, Defendants here in force, trying to get a couple of frags. Creaser falls, though. Oh, they've stolen the soul, but the rail keeps them there.
Avengers defense has just been impeccable. Mastermind going straight in with the gauntlet, running into it face first. Cypher taking Mastermind down with him.
It is unfortunate. Once again, Avengers holding on to this Obelisk, doing good so far, almost 30% and counting. So getting hold of Obelisk A is everything they needed to really start a strong lead in this final round of the map.
I definitely think so. I definitely think they're more comfortable with this Obelisk. Wow, that point blank super shotgun. Power-up's going to spawn in 7 seconds time. Again, this may be when we see the game change. As you can see, Creaser really trying to get in there, take out the Anarchy, which he does manage, but unfortunately doesn't have the health for the rocket jump. Miscalculates the remaining health.
Mastermind is able to place that right back where it belongs. Obelisk A, Cypher trying to come in here. Too good behind him, though, with the protection. This power-up could be the turnaround they need. 43% is quite a significant difference, but they can hold it long enough.
I think too good with protection is going to be very dangerous. It's pretty much going to be a free drop, I think. You are too immune from damage, essentially, in this situation. He's going to drop it off. But can he get a couple of frags? Can they start building up this percentage? They have to. It's 43% versus 5% right now.
Oh, misses the rail. Gets the follow-up, though. Yeah, so like drops.
Mastermind trying to make his route out there, does manage to actually slip away. The rest of his team with him, trying to be headed off, but he has 50 HP, actually not much left. It's unlikely he'll make it without dying first. Cypher, but the trade, that traded rocket was all he needed to secure that. Creaser, though, managed to take it. Unfortunately, gets blocked on the wall. So the Soul is still kind of out in the open.
Up top as close as possible. Too Good's going to take him down. Question is, who is around that can actually finish this off? Cypher holds it back.
Really trying to deny that area, but it's just trading back and forth. Neither member of each team can now deliver it, but Creaser going by a detour around the far right. Going for that mega health as a detour.
Nice rocket jump just to minimize time in between. There we go, drops it off 10%. We saw how quickly they overtake it. I think Mastermind is the key. They have to get rid of him. Their attack is infinitely struck down a bit because the speed in which Mastermind is able to take it away and just get the distance away is making all the difference. And just like that Mastermind hitting that rail.
Mastermind's awareness of when to actually go into the point and prevent them from capturing. He's always the last line of defense for Avengers, but he's doing such an amazing job of that.
Oh, Mastermind gets that frag. Oh, but it gets bladed down. Creaser gets that revenge.
Now the power-up's going to spawn. Next fight, no doubt.
Oh, Too Good
with
has
quad.
it once again. Too Good with quad damage. Give this man the power up and you will see magical things happen.
Now, unfortunately for Avengers, he got quad really early. If they don't take him out right now, which looks like they might not do just yet, gets a couple of frags. Can he get 3? 9 HP is not much. And that's it. Phoenix takes him out and gets the quad himself. Doesn't survive long enough.
Instantly. Creaser has enough health and full armor here because he did pick up the
injection as well, and the injection.
He picked up the heavy armor, so he did find himself with a lot to go with. And just the
80
nails.
damage, super nails. That is so much damage with the quad.
You're firing normal rail guns at a machine gun pace.
That is pretty good. Now they're going to sort of meet them on the location right here. Once again, Defendants, though, have been able to take the lead.
Yeah, this is crucial, though, just because that power-up did so much work, but the fact that they're all positioned here well now, they've all got plenty of health. Mastermind comes in. Mastermind is behind, he's by himself. He took the soul and threw it away straight away. That's what I'm talking about. Mastermind is always the start of these attacks. They need to kill him.
Just passing it back as far as possible, but Creaser going in, swooping up. He is very weak, though. He only needs to be hit by one minor hit. Yeah, basically. Again, he has sort of somewhat rectified that with 75 health, going in for the rocket jump again, but they're ready for it this time, waiting for him, and the soul now drops down. Hang on a minute, how are they going to get that back? That is a very inconvenient place. That is the most inconvenient place a soul could have dropped. Who's going to get that?
I assume it's going to respawn on the map, right? Surely.
I mean, they can get it, I think. All right, we're going to have to see what... There we go,
respawn in the middle.
That would have been the world's most inconvenient place to pick a soul up. However, Creaser back
gets
to pick up.
Full health too. He can avoid getting railed. He'll be all right. Oh, he does just that. Drops it down. He's getting intercepted. He's still holding on to it, but he can't get it in time. Kilson there to stop it.
Surrounded by enemies, but also many teammates trying to protect him, but Too Good and Avec respectively taking those frags they need. Mastermind, though, was the one they needed, but they couldn't get him, and now he's delivering it back to try and meet that lead. However, power-up has just spawned, and now here come Defendants.
Question is, what is the power-up and who got
Protection.
it? It's a protection, and Cypher has it. Now you got to be careful.
Cypher does manage to get a really good defense. Creaser trying to deliver, goes in for the injection just to give him that life he needs. Now here he comes. He is going to survive at least one rocket, but not the return journey. And it doesn't quite fall off this time.
Oh, Phoenix still alive, getting shot from both ends. Drops the soul before he dies, trying to get it in the jump pad. Oh, throwing it away, even though they keep dying. Avengers are passing it so well.
Creaser trying to deliver again. Mastermind once more is right in his face to stop him.
Oh, Phoenix gets it, but he's getting shot further and further away from A. He doesn't want to be there. Rocket jumps through, he's threaded the needle, he's managed to find a way through. Is he going to die? Yes, he
not
is.
quite! Doesn't manage to make it, but an invisible Too Good.
Oh, Too Good takes him down. Okay, now they've got some respawns to worry about.
Yep.
Oh, actually, they're actually all spawning near B. They're spawning where they need to be to defend.
However, Mastermind and Ablo all go down. Only one member there. It looks like Kilson trying to deny them, but he is completely covered in enemies.
He's only got the gauntlet out, and Cypher says, put that blade away. Oh, bringing a knife to a gunfight.
Bringing a gauntlet to a rail fight. The way trying to keep them kept away. 3 of them coming through.
Oh, now they've got the numbers. They are dropping down. Have they got the soul?
They definitely managed to get enough frags to take it. Mastermind with the trail once again. Getting intercepted though by Creaser.
Oh, he manages to dodge that rail. Keeps him alive. Now the obelisk is starting to add up again. Now this is what they need. Oh, they are taking them down. 40% going, but the power-up is up in 15 seconds. Avengers have a decision to make. Do they control power-up or do they go for the soul? They don't have long left. It's going to be crucial, whatever they choose.
This is that final decision. I mean, I don't know if they have time.
They need the soul.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they have time to go in. It's 2% away, even though they have it. Avec is the one with the quad damage anyway. They're going to contest, but here comes a quad damage Avec to completely clean up everyone that's standing in the way. And it's looking likely that this will be a game. However, they're contesting it.
Oh, but no, Kilson goes down, trying everything he can, and I don't think that's it. I don't think there's anyone left in time. And that is that after such a hard-fought match. And once again, that crucial final power-up is all it comes down to. And huge congratulations to the Defendants who have just qualified for the EU Regionals for Sacrifice to find out if they can get one step closer for the Quake World Championships.
That was a long series.
That was indeed that one. I mean, I can't really blame them. You know, they took it down to the wire because they needed it to.
Well,
they needed it to, or they try again next week, and they basically start from square one again. But now the Defendants have now qualified.
At the last possible minute, I think the fact that Avec got a hold of that quad damage was basically game over because they kind of needed that. And I think the reason Avec got a hold of it was because the time of which they needed to take the obelisk was not enough time for Avengers to get both the power-up and then the obelisk.
They had a choice to make, and it seems they all, like 3 of them, all but Kilson, seemed to go for that power-up there, and they just weren't able to secure it. Kilson then immediately died straight away because of it. I mean, but that's what I mean, right? You've got to make those tough decisions at those final moments when you have seconds to think about, you know? You can see, as the power-up is spawning, it's going to 99%, like, it's tough, you know, but that's what makes this such a team-oriented thing. You, as a team, have to decide, what are we going to do? We are running out of time. And unfortunately, they went for the power-up instead, but if they're able to secure it, maybe that could have been a different story.
Well, that does mean that Defendants will be our 3rd team qualifying for the EU Regional. I think it's been a really good performance today, in general, to be honest, from every team, but we've seen some close games. A lot more close games than we had on definitely yesterday's matches, that's for sure.
No, I agree, and this was just some of those highlights from the first map. I mean, two really good maps, I think, back-to-back for both these teams. You know, neither of them should be ashamed. They all played super well, but ultimately, Defendants, they just looked that much better when it really boiled down to it. It came down to those like final decisions, I suppose. But also a big thing is the Defendants heavily changed their champion lineup from map to map. Like, it was completely different.
Absolutely. I think that might be one of the main things that you have to do in Sacrifice. You need to realize what map you're playing on, and then when that happens and you realize what map you're on, You need to then pick a team composition that fits the map. Because bear in mind, on Lockbox, we saw Too Good go in with Galena, which worked absolute wonders. But at the same time, on a map like Burial Chamber, which is a little bit more out in the open, totems aren't going to do as much of a good job because it's much easier to see them and delete them before they become a problem. We then saw Too Good go for Nyx. And on the flip side, instead of Sorlag, which is what we saw Cypher go with on Lockbox, he went with Blaskovic on this map, on the Burial Chamber. So I think it's just good awareness, right? It's just awareness of how to play the game, what champions fit what situation, and also really good teamwork.
Absolutely, but I mean, to be fair, it didn't matter who got hold of that, the power-up. There were so many potential people on the side of Defendants that, you know, you give it to Cypher and he's going to frag, you give it to Too Good, he's going to frag, and ultimately Avek getting at the end was the deciding factor. So I think that's another thing about Defendants. They don't have any weak links whatsoever. Every single one of their team is a scary player in their own regard.
Well, even Avek, you know, for example, like, even though Avek didn't quite make top 16 this week, we're more than likely to see Avek in the top 16 next week.
I'd be very surprised if we don't, but that does mean that with the end of that, we are one series away from being done today on the European side. So we've got plenty more to go with NA, but for Europe, we have one left to go.